Today, we are going to be weaponizing debt. We are going to be spending such a huge amount of money on our military that no one can actually stop us. You know, biblically accurate behavior. So, obviously, the strategy works best for countries like USA with a lot of money, but it also works for small or medium-sized countries. As long as you can spam tanks, that's what's important. The thing about debt is that there are really no consequences to having it. Having debt just simply gives you a minus 15% stability modifier. That's it. Although the huge nerf is that you can't build stuff, but that's not really important for what we're doing today. We are going to be planning to play on a limited amount of time. So if you've come to this video expecting a long-term strategy, yeah, this is not the video. In this video I'm going to show you how to ruin servers and form a fumble that you want to form pretty quickly. You can form medium-sized countries pretty easily with this strategy, but not bigger ones like the British Empire. Since again, the strategy only works for a limited amount of time. You can't be in debt forever. At some point you're gonna run out of oil or troops. Remember to like and subscribe, and of course, enjoy. Just for more fun gameplay, I'm going to be playing as Germany since there are more people in Europe, and they can spam tanks the most. Okay, first, important part before you actually start the game, we have to do some calculations. Oh yeah, and I know, boring, numbers, you dropped off school, and now you're playing Rise of Nations for a living, yada yada yada. But calculations are still important, because you have to calculate or, you know, estimate on how long you're going to be playing as a country in massive debt. Since oil is going to be a problem. Each tank consumes 1 unit of oil every 5 days, so let's just pull up a calculator. That's 1 times 6, that's 6 units of oil per tank every month. So let's say you want to have 20,000 tanks, that's 600 units of oil per month for 20,000 tanks. So for a year, you'd need 7,200 units of oil to upkeep 20,000 tanks. And for 10,000, just divide it by 2, and you need 3,600 units of oil per year to upkeep 10,000 tanks. So if you want to use 20,000 tanks for a year, then you need to buy 7,200 oil in bulk. So you need to buy the amount of oil you need beforehand, before you start spawning your troops. Since I'm playing Germany, we can only spawn a maximum amount of like 20,000 tanks if I want to get out quickly into the world. If we do the calculations, we'd need 7,200 units of oil per year. So if I want to play for 1 year, I'd buy 7,000 oil. I think I'm gonna go for 2 years. So that means there's a bit more preparation time, but no worries. The basic game is pretty much the same, you know, justifying the micronations, and there's a Luxembourg player. That's okay, unfortunate for you. So ignore safety regulations, electronic, steel. The only goal for early game is earning money. As much money we can get so we can get as much oil as possible. And you also need like 500 million for 10,000 tanks. And yeah, look, as you can see in the chat, people have already recognized me. I'm only using my main because I thought I had a bid modifier for Germany. I guess not, but this is good either way. People can target me, so we can just show you how many people I can invade. And then also, you know, research tanks. That's absolutely important. Tanks, tanks, tanks. You're only gonna research tank. And also don't spam tanks before you have steel divisions, because then we get tank starting experience. So they start with more experience. Oh my fucking god, my community. I'm not even gonna question it. Anyways, now we have consumer goods, so obviously we're gonna sell some stuff. But no one's playing as a superpower, or everyone's playing as a superpower actually. So just sell to random mid-sized nations. So keep invading your neighbors for that extra treasury money. You know, I have nothing against people oiling up. I've said so before, I think every man deserves their right to goon. But if you're gonna tell me you're gooning to my face, that's a bit weird. And it's getting a bit out of hand. Or actually no, the thing stays in your hand. But you know, the things are getting a bit problematic. I'm gonna go for limited conscription so I can get more manpower and spam more tanks. But, or actually, no, I think it's better to go with constitutional monarchy. That gives you a manpower increase while also giving you more political power gain. Also remember, you can't build aircraft since if you're in debt, the aircraft won't refill their fuel. And now since we have steel divisions, we can start spamming tanks when we have enough money. I'm gonna steal the money from Belgium. Russia is aggressive too. They might go for me. I don't know if I can prepare in time. Honestly, you can just go for whenever you want. It all depends on how many tanks you want to build. Since I want to build 20,000, I'm gonna prepare for a bit more. So I need 1 million manpower. Also, yes, state religion too, that also works. It also gives you a nice war exhaustion decrease, War exhaustion and stability is like the only problem you'll have to deal with, not that. For some reason that is just like an annoyance. It's not a real problem. Now, I could form the Frankish Empire to just showcase how easy it is to form. I might do that. I need 500 million to spawn our troops. And Russia justified first. Okay, so you know, let's actually spawn troops now. Better idea, let's spawn troops now. Unluckily, we could not prepare for that much, okay. We can only prepare for like a year now. So let's buy 2,000 in bulk. No, we can't. We can almost afford that. Yeah, so we can survive a year. Like that, now we can survive with our tanks for a year. Is he doing the same strategy? Maybe he is, but he has a lot more manpower than me. Honestly, we're not even in debt yet, so the strategy is working out brilliantly. But we could only build like a maximum of 20,000 tanks anyways. Yeah, so right now it's only enough to take out Russia. I think I can also go for France while I'm doing this. Now we're gonna go into debt. Yeah, now we're in debt. So if we're never gonna earn back our money, let's just put the maximum spendings we can. Oh, Russia is actually reinforcing his capital. And now, oh yeah, since I'm using my main account, people are just justifying against me. Yeah. There we go, there goes France. Should I do auto capture all? I don't think I've justified everyone yet. Also, we gotta hurry up, we don't have enough oil since Russia attacked us so quickly. Yeah, I'll have to do another game where I do this much more proficiently. I was planning on preparing for like a few more months, but you can see how effective it is already. We just beat a much bigger country than us. I don't know how much population Russia starts with, but it's like at least 3 times more population than us. Yep, that's the one negative about this strategy. If you don't get to buy enough oil, you can't really build enough tanks, and therefore you can't spam enough. But you can still fight back against a much bigger nation. That's just a showcase of how strong this strategy is, even though I forgot to assign a leader and stuff. So now let's not do that. Let's perfect the strategy now. Okay, let's actually focus on getting the Frankish Empire formable, so you can see how easy it is to get, you know, the formable. Also, yeah, getting a chief judge is quite amazing. But of course we don't get one, so let's just ignore that. Please tell me I can sell to more. Okay, I can. A lot better than last game, since we actually got our factories up pretty quickly so we could sell more. The last one was more like a test run. Since, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't use this strategy since it's so brain dead. And it's so easy to do too. Just save up money and then spam. That's it. Oh, yeah, again? Really? No, we were forced to do this. We're forced to do this again. God damn it. Well, maybe not a great choice to choose Germany. Let's hope we don't go into too much debt. Jesus Christ. We're not supposed to build these many tanks yet. But it could be helpful somehow. And now we declare on Italy too, and then we can form. But okay, what troop is too... That one is too close, not the one in Italian territory. Yeah, sure. Thank you, game. Actually, that strategy works out since we can spam enough tanks now to have enough. But we'd need more oil, and since we're in debt, let's just up everything, all spendings. There we go. Now we should be able to form. Actually, let's white piece Poland. I just wanna walk through Poland without invading them. We have 10,000 tanks now. This strategy did not work out again. Since we got attacked again, I should not have chosen such a big nation that wants to be invaded by everyone. But it worked out, you know. The strategy is too overpowered. Our tanks are still too good. And now since I'm gonna get a leader, they're gonna be even better. And after that, I'm gonna go for Russia. Defense, not gonna do a thing. How much can we last? We can last 2 more years. There we go. And that's only 10,000 tanks. Now imagine we prepared for like half a year more, and then we could have spammed even more tanks. The tanks are just too strong early game, but after the year like 2020, it kind of falls off because people get infantry tech. But before that, if you want to speedrun a formable, as you can see, this is obviously very effective, and there's no strategy needed at all. Just save up money, and then spam. Oh, it's so brain dead. It's so absolutely brain dead. And we never really had a successful run either. We got attacked in both of those runs before we could have prepared an army. That just goes to show how strong it is. Also, yeah, obviously if you pick a bigger nation, you can spam even more. And if you're playing a country that's far away from other players, like Saudi Arabia, you could have had a lot more time to prepare. Like in my Hong Kong video where the Saudi Arabia player just went absolutely nuts. Okay, now it's time to show you how it truly looks like. I've actually prepared a game now that I didn't get invaded in. So here you'll see the full power of the debt strategy. First, let's buy some oil so we can survive at least for a year. Well, let's actually do I'm not gonna stay for that long, so let's just do 1 year. And then we start spamming. As you can see, I have 2 million manpower, and that's almost 40,000 tanks. But I don't have enough motor parts. Oh, look at the lag. Jesus. And then we just invade all the players in Europe. After this lag goes away, look at what's happening. And then up all our laws, minimum taxes so we can get more stability. Oh, national monument, don't mind if I do. I don't need money now. Now we can go for pretty much everyone in Europe. Let's go. France, Germany, Austria, everyone. Let's auto capture all. Here we go. We don't need IMF intervention. And then let's set one to Paris. And yeah, now we just watch the beauty. I can't go beyond the English channel, so I'll have to micromanage away from that. And this is in 2022. Yes, we're just getting more and more tanks. How nice. And I know people say this is tryhardy. It's really not. It's really just spamming. I haven't done a single micromanaging except like moving my troops this way. Actually, let's make it a bit fun. Let's try punching through that. I am very doubtful it's gonna be possible since defense is broken. But I just wanna try punching through Switzerland. He reacted in time. No. Well, it's not gonna do anything. We have too many tanks. And these were all players too. Just goes to show how overpowered it is. And again, we haven't gotten a single bad modifier. That is just too overpowered since there aren't any nerfs or debuffs for having that. So you can just spam how many troops you want. And this is especially overpowered for big nations, superpowers. Let's see. Yeah, look how tough it is to punch through. We can manage. We can get his capital. And we actually got Switzerland. Yeah, that's the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Use this brain dead strategy with caution. Or no, actually no, just spam it.